Hi, my name is Emmanuel Temitope Amujo, the founder of FinREMIT. Welcome to our channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because somebody needs this information. FinREMIT, like you would like to know, is a dynamic data tree-driven fintech company dedicated to revolutionizing remittances from migrants, thereby fostering global development. How do we do this? We're serving as a comprehensive financial hub. We offer an array of essential services tailored to migrant unique financial requirements, and most of our services is segmented into 4: financial education, auto savings, remittances services, and investment opportunities for migrants in diaspora. We are aware that 70 to 75% of remittances from migrants are actually used for household expenses. So how do we do this? We are trying to change these dynamics by ensuring that some of these investment remittances are actually being channeled to productive purposes back home. So today's topic, we're going to be talking on business ideation, conceptualization, and planning. Whether you are a migrant or you are based in any country, you need this topic because everybody wants to be self-reliant, everybody wants to be self-independent, everybody wants to be financially free. So for anyone that wants financial freedom for yourself, you want to start a new business, you want how to generate a business idea, this topic is very important for you. So I would like you to pause this video and call somebody that you know needed to watch with you and see how you can come up with business ideas, change your ideas to concept, and how you can plan your business to raise money and the likes. We may not finish this in just one video, so it's going to be a series. So this is likely going to be the series 1, and we would be releasing it in batches, but I will give you the outline of what the courses will look like, and then we take it one after the other. Like I said, business ideation, conceptualization, and planning is very key to your journey, to your entrepreneurial journey. If you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to start a business, you need to start your business from a viable idea. You can't just wake up overnight and decided to say you want to be a business person. So how do you come up with an idea? How do you turn your idea to a concept? Because it is one thing to have an idea. If your idea cannot solve a problem, then it's not worth a business idea. It is just a normal idea. So this topic I'm going to discuss today with you is going to tell you how you can come up with a business idea. A business idea is an idea that has the potential to earn money. It's an idea that somebody is ready to pay for. So how do you come up with a business idea? This class today will help you understand how to come up with a business idea. Then having a business idea is not enough. It's not enough. Banks, investors, financiers don't give money to an idea. They give money to a product or a service that can solve a problem. So how do you turn your idea to a concept and have a plan around it? Like I said, your investors are going to fund your plan. They are not funding your idea. Your idea may be brilliant, but if you don't have a go-to-market plan to take that idea to a product that people will be ready to pay for, then you may likely not see somebody that will invest in it. And even if someone is ready to invest in your idea, they are only going to invest in an idea that you yourself, you have a concept around how you want to make it a product, so they can help you develop that idea. So sit back today to have an understanding of what this is going to look like. So we're going to talk about how to generate ideas and validate those ideas, and then turn your ideas to concept. Then the next thing is identifying a niche. When you have an idea, you need to take it to the next level of identifying a niche for yourself, and this involves how to understand your target audience. It's not every ideas cannot solve every problem, so it is important for you to identify your target audience and their needs. So we're going to talk about identifying a niche for yourself, and the next is developing a concept. How do you turn your idea to concept? We're also going to discuss that extensively. Then we'll move on to market research and analysis. The truth is that a lot of people felt the moment you have an idea, the next thing you need is get money and start a business. No, the next thing you need after an idea is not a business, is not a product. It is a plan. So before you get a plan, you need to do a kind of a market research and analysis, and all of these are going to form content of what you're going to put together in a comprehensive business plan that you are going to be either presenting to your investor, to your bank, and the likes. And the presence of a business plan as it is makes your idea bankable. You understand? So that is the next thing for you: market research and analysis. And after that, we're going to look at business model canvas. Business model canvas is just like a summarized business idea in one page, and as much as possible I will try to display some graphics for you to see in the course of this lecture, in the course of this training, so that you can actually see what a business model canvas looks like. So it's like a summarized business plan in just one page, and it helps you a lot to develop the comprehensive business plan. So like a synopsis of your business plan. Then the next topic we now be talking about business planning itself. I'm going to talk to you about why do you need a business plan, what content do you need to have in a business plan, then how do you present your business plan, and then what can you use your business plan for. Part of it will include financing. How can you even draft your business plan to source for fund? What type of fund can you really source for, depending on your stage of business? Is it a startup? Is it at idea stage? Is it at development stage? Is it at go-to-market stage? Is it a growing stage? All of this requires a kind of a framing that would make it attractive to your potential investors or financiers, as the case may be. Then in between, we'll also discuss implementation timeline. How do you have implementation timeline for your project and the likes? And finally, we're going to also talk about team collaboration. So at the end of all of this is going to end our topic on business ideation, conceptualization, and planning. Like I said earlier, we may not be delivering all of this in just one day, and we can't just have it in a 1 hour less session. So this session for today is relatively not going to exceed 30 minutes, and I believe whatever you're going to get in between that 30 minutes is going to prepare you ahead for the next class. So let's go to action. So like I said, as an introduction, successful business development relies on a solid foundation built through ideation. You cannot start a business just overnight and say, oh, my brother is doing this business, I want to go and start. My friend is doing this and is doing well, I also want to go and start. You don't know the problem that pushed your friends into doing it. You don't know how your friend really conceived that idea, and the originality of the business depends on the ideation behind the business. So take this and write it somewhere. The originality of your business depends on the ideas that bat that business. So if your business is battered from another person's business, then it is a duplicate of that person's business. Yes, you may be adding a new value, or you may be doing it in a different way, but you are still a copy of that business. But if your business is battered from an original idea, from an idea that is problem centric, then even if you get to see that somebody is doing what you are doing, that differentiation factor will always be there, because you originated yours from a problem that you wanted to solve. So what are the things that we're going to be doing under ideation? We're going to be talking about how to identify problems, spark it, and the likes. And then conceptualization, turn your idea to a concept. I will also tell you the difference between that. And then planning, enhance. Why do we need to plan? It's going to enhance your focus, is going to minimize your risk, and it's going to aid your decision making. You are going to be doing your business based on what you have planned, not just randomly. You will not just be taking decisions randomly. You're going to take decisions based on the plan that you have conceived, that is also going to deliver that idea that you really have. So now let's go to business ideation. Business ideation is an initial phase of entrepreneurial journey for everyone, like I said earlier, and is always centered around generating innovative and viable business concept from a real life problem. If your business idea is not solving a problem, then it's not a business idea. I think I said that earlier, and I'll keep repeating it over and over again. You need to understand it very well. Having an idea is great, but if your idea is not solving a problem that people are ready ready to pay for, then it is not a business idea. It involves conceptualizing new ideas, like I said, and or refining an existing one. So you may have an idea before, you want to refine it, that's fine, or you want to conceptualize a new one entirely. Within an existing business, you can come up with a new ideas. Within another person's business, you can come up with a new idea that will solve that person's problem. So it could be like a complementary business idea, not a competitive business idea. Actually, you can have a competitive business idea. It's not a crime to do that, but the originality of your ideas is also what will differentiate you from your competitor. So what stages do you need to go through to develop a business idea? So the first stage is identify your problem, brainstorm solution, define needs. That is the key things that you need to have a business idea. When you want to develop a business idea, or you want to think of having a business idea, or what is that business I can even do? Some people comes to me as consultant and say, Mr. Tope, please, I want to start a business. What type of business do you think I can do? And the next question I ask them is that, what kind of problem do you think you can solve? So if you can answer that problem that you can solve, then you are already telling me the business that you can do. At that, you have a business idea that is being birthed. So how do you identify problems? Identify problems involves knowing what challenges that people go through. So it could be from your personal household, it could be from your relatives, friends, and family. It could also be from problems that is existing out of the failure of some systems. It could be public sector failure, it could be private sector failure. Problems could be what another business is also facing, and I'll be giving you some practical examples. Like, for example, I have a manufacturing company in Nigeria that is producing shea butter. The brand is Jimpori, so you could see it on the screen. So this brand originated from a problem. It's an household problem that I faced personally when we had a baby, because of the skin rashes on my baby, and it's always not easy to get that eradicate that with foreign brands of cosmetics. And we just kept looking for solutions, not until my grandma, our mom, came around and brought shea butter, black soaps, and some other natural body skincare product, and begin to see changes. And that informed the need that what exactly the reason why mothers are not using this local brand, local product. And one of the reasons came up to, and that is this market research that I mentioned earlier. So one of the reasons came out to be that the presentation of shea butter is nothing to write home on. So the modern mothers will not like to carry shea butters the way it is being presented, and then the rancid odor, the unfriendly odor from both shea butter and black soap is also nothing to write home on. So it's not presentable. It doesn't work with the trend of time. So we swing into action, and we begin doing research into why is shea butter having that rancid odor? Why is the output of shea butter, the presentation, can't it be presented in a better way? And that informed our need to develop the mechanized shea butter processing facility, because we discovered that the process of the women churning it using their legs, using their hand, is one of the reasons, and the dirty water they use for this churning process is one of the reasons why shea butter is beginning to have that bad odors and quality. So we revolutionized that sector. We've started providing machines to these rural communities and the likes, came up with a better presentation of the shea butter, and here we are with a brand that mothers globally are now using, because it's one of the leading brand in Nigeria. So that is an example of ideation. Ideation generally starts from a problem. So what problem are you really seeing around you? What problem are you seeing in your country? For some of us, in Africa, we may be talking about insecurity in our countries, and we may be saying that is a problem. People cannot travel easily any longer and the likes. So identify those problems, list them down. Don't just discuss problem and blame the government for those problems. List those problems down. That is identify problem. Then the next thing is that brainstorm solution. you need to start brainstorming solution about those problems that you have identified. As a business person, you don't just discuss problem and you go away. As soon as you have identified an idea for a business person, then you have identified a business. For an entrepreneur, an idea, a problem is a business. That is just it. If you, like in my business, my company, as soon as we are discussing any problem, challenges that we are having internally, immediately we're starting that discussion, I tell my team, a business is going to be battered out of this in form of an expansion, in a form of growth, or a diversification, as the case may be. And that has been our watchword. So problem is like a good thing to us, because as soon as we see a problem, we see a prospect for progress. Problem, prospect for progress. Take note of that. So the next thing is brainstorming. Don't discuss the problem, start thinking about solutions. So what can we do? How can we turn this problem to a business idea? Because the truth is that a problem is not an idea, it's just a problem that everybody is facing. So the idea now is that, how can we turn this to a product? How can we turn it to a business? And then the brainstorming starts. Wow, what could be the reasons for this problem? What could be the cause and the likes? So I have 3 steps for you to do some kind of brainstorming. How do you brainstorm? Brainstorming has to do with mind mapping, research and trend analysis, then SWOT analysis. And what does this mean? 3 ways that you can brainstorm. You do mind mapping. Mind mapping involves free flow thoughts. You just keep thinking randomly, even when the solution you are providing is not going to solve that problem. Just keep thinking of random solutions. Okay, take for example insecurity. What are the causes of insecurity actually? What really causes insecurity? So mind mapping gives you options of what is the bottom line cause, of the baseline cause of this problem that we are trying to solve. How does it even happen? How does people face insecurity? In what nature? When they are traveling from one country to one state to another, on the road, on the express, there are people coming to rob, there are people coming to kidnap. In their home, there are people that comes around to do this. So you begin to look at it that, these are the ways this problem happens. So that gives you an idea of what if even if it's on our expressway. Let's take, for example, my country, Nigeria. On the expressway, if you are traveling from Ilorin, my base, to Abuja, for example, you would know that thousands of forests are left and right on your way. When you randomly get into some villages, you get into some cities, then you move again and you get into forest and lands that are not being put to use. So the first thing is that those areas are the endangered areas for insecurities. These are the places where the bandits and the perpetrators of all of these evils comes out from on our highways. So unlike the developed worlds where the express roads are good and the likes. So the first thing you observe is that what could even be the cause? Is it the bushes left and right, or the bad road that is making you not to move at a good speed? So that even if anyone wants to come out, it's also endangering their life. Even if there is a good road and somebody is trying to even block the road, are there systems that will even know that there is an artificial intelligence that says that something is changing along this road, and the security agents are already at alert to quickly swing into actions? What am I doing? I'm already coming up with ideas because I'm giving a random thought on my head, like a mind mapping to say that, so this can happen. What if the government repair the roads? What if if the government does not have money to repair the roads? What other alternative ways can we put the road into use? Like I used to tell my students in class that when you are brainstorming for an idea, you may end up solving a problem that you are not solving it for the immediate people that are facing that problem. You may be coming up with an idea that will end up not solving that particular problem, but addressing the cause of the problem. Take for example the bushes and the forest beside. What if we have mechanized farms at both sides where people cannot even hide? I remember we have Sambisa forest and the likes, and people are also giving arguments that what if we turn that forest into a massive commercialized farm? and youth are poured into this forest for productive purposes. Same thing, we can have this forest on our highways and we commercialize it. So how do we do commercialization? We need bulldozer, we need tractors and the likes. So the business idea to some people is that, oh, what if I invest massively into bulldozer, tractors, and I clear these farms, prepare this farm, and I invite youths to come and cultivate on this farm and even have a small houses for them. You are already providing a solution, but you are not really addressing this insecurity issue. But the truth is that in the process, if one or two more people are joining you to solve that particular problem of reducing the forest at the left and right sides of our highways, and we are having farms where youths are coming, number one, the perpetrators of those evil will go to farm. So they will be productively engaged, there will be job. Then you are also solving food insecurity. Meanwhile, you are actually trying to solve life insecurity initially. That is how brainstorming works. Brainstorming does not really address that direct problem in business. It addresses the cause of the problem, and then we start providing solution to it. And I'm charging governments to also adopt this method. Sometimes solving the problem directly may not be the solution, but addressing the cause of the problem could be an indirect way to provide a lasting solution. And the next is research and trend analysis. The truth about it is that nothing is new. When you are brainstorming to say that I want to do something new like this and the likes, you want to look at it and say, okay, let me do some research around this. Okay, let's do commercialization of farms left and right. Let's install a satellite camera that can work with artificial intelligence and gives alert to the security agencies, police and the likes. Another question is that what if they get this alert? How did they swing into quick action? Some could not have fueling and the likes. Some could complain that they don't have enough manpower to take actions when they are being notified. A lot of other things. Then another person will start thinking around the business in that area. So what is the trend? How often does this problem happens? And then do research on who has ever tried to provide this kind of solution and what did they do? How can we adopt what these people has done in our own country or in my own area? All of these are ways for you to come up with business ideas. Then the next thing is SWOT analysis. The SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. I'm going to have a separate class for SWOT analysis, and I'm going to be presenting that because it's a very broad class on its own. So you need to identify the strength. What strength do you have to deliver this solution? If you are coming up with a solution, then what are the weaknesses? What are the things that you can't do out in the course of delivering this solution? Take for example, you may have the strength of having the financial strength by having enough money to invest in agri mechanization and commercialization that will reduce forest left and right of our highway, but you may have the weakness of not having the technical know-how. You may not even have access to those land. Remember, those lands does not belong to you. Then opportunities. What are the opportunities? There are opportunities like, yes, we have arable lands in Nigeria is massive left and right. We have the market. And what are the threats? The landowners may not be ready for you to develop their land, and the ownership of the land ownership system and the likes could be a threat. The government policies could also be a threat. So you need to analyze all of these things in the process of brainstorming for a solution. Today's class, like I said, is not going to exceed 30 minutes, so I may not be able to talk on the other things, but I will make sure that I finish for business ideation. Then in our next series, we'll talk about business conceptualization. So still on brainstorming, so no solution can sell on its own if it's not needed, and that is why the next phase of business ideation comes in. So what am I trying to say here is that when you are coming up with different solutions, you could come up with solutions that when you later discover that does people really need it? If the answer is no, then you dump it. That is why when you are providing solution to a business problem, then you can have multiple ideas or multiple solutions, but those solutions are really not going to be a business until there is a need for it. And that is the reason why I tell my people that problem is different from a solution that you have come up to, and a solution is different from an idea. So don't think that the moment you are having a solution in your head, you already have a business idea. No, until you define the needs. And that is the next phase. I said identify the problem, brainstorm solution, then define the needs. Who are the people that you are providing this solution to? Take for example the highway farms that I just said. Take another example is energy, power. You remember that power is an issue in some African countries. So this issue of power, if you want to provide a solution, is it renewable? Then what are the kind of people you are providing it for? Like some people, I am aware that some renewable energy companies are coming up with solar systems, mini grid that is disconnecting people from the national grid, which is providing a kind of an alternative power generation. But consumption rate, affordability, are you driving economic activities around that mini grid? When you provide that mini grid for those rural communities, can they pay for the service? Because employment rate, earning power in those communities are very low. So you need to look at the need. Okay, let's provide mini grid in those communities, but let's provide economic activities in that place. Like, can we use this mini grid to power irrigation farm, because most of them are farmer? And what do they normally do? They do pepper, they do vegetables, they do all of this. So let's present this mini grid as a solution to these farmers, because they are business minded. When they have this mini grid, they do their farming. The mini grid power the borehole give them all year round farming. We also provide some kind of trainings on how to increase their productivities and the like. They cannot consume the total power that this mini grid is providing. So you do your distribution to these communities. The same farmer that is paying for that mini grid will pay for the power when they close at night to go back home. They will power their television, power their radio, power their freezers and the likes. Doing that, you are not originally providing solution to power problem in rural communities, but you are providing solution to increase productivities of smallholder rural farmers by enhancing the all year round farming in this community. So defining needs has to do with identifying your potential users and their needs. Validate the problem by engaging with them. Don't just think that the problem exists. You can't assume that people face this problem. So if you have a solution in your head, validate that problem by engaging with them and do your projection. How can we solve this problem? How can we do it? Should we provide mini grid that will solve this power problem, or we discuss with people that needs the mini grid for productive activities? Then they can use it to power their farms, get money, pay for the ones that they will be using at home. And then if you are able to find a solution to this, then a business idea is going to come to life. Business idea is not a business. The next step is you turn your business idea to a concept. I want to thank you all for joining this class today. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the second part of the business ideation, conceptualization and planning class. And we're going to be talking about how do I then turn my business idea to a product that people will be willing to pay for. Don't forget, this is FinREMIT. We provide financial education and we also support migrants to ensure that remittances are used for productive purposes. So remember to subscribe to our channel, like and share our videos. And would you like to give comments about your thoughts on this topic? Would you like to contribute to it? Please use the comment section to do that. Bye.